Oh shit. Oh, cool. All right. How are you? How are you? How is everyone? I am totally like misabusing this sound bowl. But why not? Because sounds emit frequencies. And this is a ceremony. So let me just clear this up right now. You are going to be calling in your soulmate. See, the retrograde motion of Venus going back to Pisces was meant to separate you, not your soulmate. And when I say call in your soulmate, I don't want you to think of an actual person that you're going to call in. I want you to think of the yin. Actually unifying with the yang in your soul, okay? And this will most likely come in through another person. Some of you may be watching this next to your soulmate. So really open your mind here when I say calling in your soulmate. This is going to be a little bit different because this retrograde from Aries into Pisces is changing how you look at love. So you don't love people's appearances, you love people's souls. Yes, yes. Drown in these vibrations. Yes. All right. This is balancing me out right now. But yes, this is very important because we are in retrograde season. And when I say calling in your soulmate, the reason why this is important is because a lot of you are going to call in a soulmate, and the soulmate you call in is not going to be who you thought your soulmate was. So the reason why we're having to call this in is because Venus has retrograded behind the curtain, and it's getting ready to go direct tomorrow and go past the curtain. So it's like your whole love and heart has been cleansed and healed at a divine level. And what you're calling in, this is why I said, don't think of it as your soulmate walking to you and this fantasy coming true. The way you're going to call in this soulmate is through the Venus, the power of your heart. You're going to affirm, we're all going to affirm together, who are you? And what is the magic of love? How do you experience this? This is going to emit a frequency. So this ceremony, we're going to evoke the power of Venus. And we're going to emit frequencies. And the heart frequency is going to carry the fantasy and dream vibes of Pisces. And while you're emitting those frequencies, it's going to call in your soulmate. Okay? And this is why I don't want you to look at this on a 2 or 3 dimensional plane where you're emitting something and you feel like it has to be push-pull. These are petty dynamics. All right? Frequencies. Okay. I'm not Peace Dealer Scooby-Doo. But yes, this is important because like if you think of this in a higher dimensional way, you're emitting frequencies, but some people can be manipulative with this and feel like, oh, let me emit the frequencies because it's gonna draw in my lover. And that's not what you're trying to do. You're just emitting the frequencies. the natural flow of energy is going to draw this in. Because remember, you think and perceive that you think and perceive that this is being drawn to you, but you forget you're not standing still, and you're on a huge rock planet that's traveling as well. So you're actually being drawn together, like everything in your life that you feel comes to you, but you actually co-created. Oh. Frequency! Oh, snap. I have to be kind to the bow. That's correct. Still very new with these spiritual tools things. All right. You can buy these tools at your everyday psychic shop. That's not every day, but it's actually legit. So trust me when I say, join in this ceremony. This is in Pisces right now. So if you can tell, I'm just facilitating the experience. We're in this right now, okay? We're in this. Pay attention to your synchronicities, because this is blending in the divine nature of what's real with what's actually real, because you thought you knew what was real, but you didn't really know. Unless you actually really knew, then I'm not talking about you. But, ooh, Swag Kage came out with a new video, Kamali. But yeah, to reiterate, the purpose of this ritual is to call in your soulmate, okay? And some of you, your soulmate is going to all be in 5 different people who carry the same vibration. And these 5 different people in your life could carry you on to the next chapter. This could be, oh my gosh, synchronicities is strong right now. This could be your mom, your coworker, your boss, your significant other. But you need to think about this in a higher vibration, because, you know, not everyone is the full embodiment of their soul. Some people, they need more than one person to connect with. And I don't mean sexually, all right? I mean like, and I don't mean romantically. I mean, some people, they need to connect with a sibling, and they need to connect with a friend, and they need to connect romantically, because one person doesn't do it all for them. It's not everyone where it's like one person, right? So yeah, this is very important, because the reason you need to call in a soulmate right now is you need to remember, with Jupiter and Libra, we're all in this together. And I need to talk about soulmates, because look at how many people are divided. Look at how many people don't give a goddamn about each other. I say soulmates, you're thinking about romantic or any kind of sexual connection, then you don't know what a soulmate is. Neptunians and Pisces, like, you need to throw away forever the whole notion that a soulmate, romantic partner. A soulmate is not a lover. A soulmate is not a lover. Some of you say, give me a soulmate, give me a soulmate. And it's like, no, you just want a lover. You want someone to have sex with and to care about you. You want a lover, you want a relationship. We're calling in our soulmates. Let me be honest. For example, I know who my soulmate is. I have a lot of soulmates, but I know who a major soulmate of mine is. And this is not someone that I would probably get romantically involved with, but it's someone that I have karma to work out with. It's a divine partner of some sorts. So we're going to call in these energies. I'm going to call in not only that soulmate, but and I'm not going to have someone in my head that I'm calling in. I'm going to vibe with my frequency, and I'm going to emit with the ceremony what it is that my heart is. And this is what's going to call in the soulmate. The purpose here is to get you in a state of peace so that you carry the ceremony with you. And the thoughts you think and the attitude you think and the behaviors you act, you carry this vibration. So some of you are going to feel this. We're going to talk about what Venus is going to do for you in a short 2 weeks. Some of you don't even know. You're about to enter the relationship of your whole lifetime. And you don't even know. Some of you really think that it's over for you when it comes to love. And you're like, no, like the love script is getting rewritten for people worldwide. You know what I'm saying? All right, Aaron asked, right, Mike, can a soulmate be something like a job or a path in your life, yourself? Actually, yes. Trust me, anything with a soul. Not everyone thinks in a 3D way. And some people are existential and can connect with plants. Nature is really living things. Like there's souls attached to trees who are like living. You can have a soulmate connection with a certain plant because it's a soul connection. The purpose of soulmate connections are to teach you and show you that you're more than just this flesh suit. But without discipline, you get stuck on the sexual aspects of it. Because when it comes to sex, once you're comfortable, this is just scientific or astrological. When you're comfortable with someone, that unlocks your 4th house. When you're comfortable, then it starts to open your 8th house and you start to feel sexual feelings. This is why someone who you're not that into, if you spend time with them every day, you're going to catch feelings for them. It's because of this new age where we have options and there are people to distract us that that's not going to happen. But it's not anything that we have direct control of, really, other than to with the ego block it or with some energy. So really keep that in mind. Yes, this living, breathing organism, one of the best things is a human body. Like, there are people on a waiting list to incarnate. Like, the human body does it all. Like, everything we need to facilitate. How do I think of something and ground it enough just so I can experience it? I'll get a gi guy. This is very important because what frequency are you tuning in? The purpose of this retrograde in Venus came through. I don't know if y'all remember me talking about this, but Venus came through. Mars came down. We need to backtrack, y'all. We need to backtrack. Where were you? Where were you March of this year? But I needed you. Where were you? Where were you March of this year? Like early March, late March, before Aries season happened, and like you started realizing how real your power is and how serious your power is. Because Mars went into Aries, and then the sun went into Aries, and then Venus went into Aries. And when Venus went into Aries the first time, this was such an existential doubt of who you were and whether you can carry this power of your identity in your relationships. Yeah, you're this illumined mega spiritual being, but can you be that spiritual being in front of the people who you love or in front of the people who you're definitely trying to share, right? And, well, Venus had to bitch slap some angels. Venus had to pimp slap some archangels and be like, what? When she came out and started squaring Pluto, like, oh, hell no. And for the feminine, for the female or the feminine, the divine feminine, this was all like, you know, wow, like, I finally stood firm in my power, but I still have to deal with the suppression. And Venus retrograded, like, all right, cool, I'm gonna bring back my secret weapon, which is it right now. Like, people don't even know. Like, for all you people who think Pisces is OD peaceful, Pisces is peaceful because if they're not peaceful, then they turn into Kali the Destroyer. Sagittarius is joyful because if they're not joyful, then they're gonna kill everything. Like, let me just be like, Sagittarius is one of the most violent energies ever. You think Aries is mad? Aries is just Aries at best is like anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can be very adrenaline, but there's usually a pride to it. Like there's a step, like Sagittarius can be violent, and that's why they have to be joyful. I'm just gonna channel some shit. Some of you may not believe this. If you like, oh my God, like the creator of this world is a drunk that is in hell with Dionysus, the underworld, and they're pumping joy from the vibrations. Scorpio, right? The moment, this is why like angels, Virgos, and Libra, they're like back and forth, back and forth. They know about the hustle and bustle of like making sure you never like stop, because this is really it. Like the moment, the reason why people are catering to God like so much, and then goddess works behind the shadows. That's how you know goddess is on point. Like who talks about goddess? People talk about the devil. But who talks about goddess, really? And that's for a reason. She don't want you to talk about her. She's trying to handle stuff in the background. All right. But God, the moment God, if you've seen Dragon Ball Super, then you know what I'm talking about. Xenosama, the Omni God, is a little child, and people are like, "Oh, we have to be ordained." But Goku talks to him casually, and people are like, "You can't talk to him like that." A little child who is like, the moment he sneezes, he can obliterate a universe, and it's very childlike, right? So I'm not saying that's what God's like, but it's the same concept. Like this is the creator of this world and galaxy. The moment he stops partying and he gets bored, he's gonna look at this world and be like, I'm bored. Let's make a new one. So you have to think, like there's angels and archangels like, bottle service, hurry up, go. And normally, deal, but people have like a lot of vested interest in this world and with this like dimension. So like there's a lot of people who don't want this to go on. And then the spiritual war are revolutionaries who want to destroy everything, or the infinite Tsukuyomi people who are like, oh, let's just bring everything back to source, back to nothingness. So they're trying to circumvent that. All right. Do you know what's fucked up about this? I have a North Node, 9th house Aquarius. 9th house is the house of comedy. Live God, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. And I don't care if I'm cursing. I'm a little emotional right now. This is fucked up. Because who can I tell that? Who can I tell that to? Very seriously. Who can I go on the street? Because it's my destiny to preach this. Like, this is my Gemini message. And I have to go to people and be like, yeah, God's just catching bottle surface with Dionysus, getting drunk fuck, and people are paying the people, and they don't understand. Who's going to take me serious? And people don't take me serious enough as a Gemini as is. And I have a Capricorn moon. Like, I wouldn't care. But I feel like I need to be taken seriously. Realize, like, God trolled me. Like, you understand? Like, I feel like I need to be taken seriously. I have to preach this message where it's like, no one's going to take it serious. Like, I've tried to compromise. I've tried to compromise and be like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, God isn't necessarily the person you think he... No! This motherfucker's getting faded in the club! Oh my God! Like, you don't understand. Like, this motherfucker's getting faded in the club who are praying to entities, and I have to actually say it like this. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I lost it right now. I lost it. But like, you don't understand. Like, people, like, you guys ever know a Sagittarius or a Pisces who, you guys ever know a Sagittarius or Pisces who in the public, they look so regal. Everyone thinks that they're so holy. But then they're like, no, you know that Sagittarius, after going on stage and saying you have to be good, is snorting cocaine and like getting faded. And it's just like, you guys don't even know. Oh my God, you don't get it. Like, I'm trying to hold myself, but I'm holding back like 6 other twins and my Gemini going crazy. And this all makes sense, trust me, because this existential lesson and reality is all Pisces, okay? And Venus is back here now. So if you thought that that old soulmate divine partner feeling story was gone, you have to understand it's literally just beginning. So let me tell you what this is going to do, because for some of you, it's going to be profound. And some of you don't follow astrology. So you didn't understand why when Venus was retrograding back into Pisces, your relationships that were going good started going to shit. And you didn't really understand what's happening. This was starting to go good. And that's because Venus was like, hold up. Like Venus came into Aries and stuff started sparking. Like you started connecting a lot better, or relationships started ending, which freed you up, and it started retrograding. And it was like, wait, hold on, wait, am I losing what I had? Is this just another thing? And no, honey, no. Venus is back in Pisces. Like, this is what I was trying to say before. Y'all think Pisces is sweet, fun, loving. Like, Venus is on Chiron, okay? Venus is on Chiron and Pisces. This is connecting everyone's heart to their intuition. You cannot act like in a few short days your intuition has not gotten more sharper than it's ever been. And some of your minds are trying to, like, understand. Like, not everyone is seeing this in my perception. So they're like, oh, well, I already get this. But it's like, yo, there's so much relationships that you thought were done because Venus retrograded and you didn't understand. It was taking your relationships to the divine car wash. And there's certain things you did, there's certain things they did, there's certain things a third party did to really mess up the fog of the divine connection. So it's cool. It went around the wheel and it's retrograding, and Pisces is just like, so listen, this Venus retrograde, you know, like in a movie where like this is the Venus retrograde where like you did everything wrong. You did everything wrong. Like you didn't do anything right on the book. Like you messed up your chance to connect with someone you're supposed to connect with, or you're in a relationship connected with someone and both of you are just not connecting. This is now where everything gets cleared to where you can connect with that person. And it's like, it's not like nothing ever happened, but it's like, it's all love. And you have to be willing to release that guilt. In order to move forward and calling your soulmate, you have to release this illusion that you're not good enough. You have to release this illusion that you have to compete. Release this illusion that you cannot trust your heart. Because listen, moving forward, listen, this is going to be scary. Like once Venus goes direct, you're going to manifest certain dreams that you probably never thought possible. And if you get caught up of it, you won't understand. Venus is only going to be in Pisces for like 2 or 3 days, and it's going to go back into Aries, and it's going to start to some archangels. Venus is a very feminine energy, but when she's in Aries, she will beat your ass. She will beat your ass. You think Mars in Aries is the warrior? Venus in Aries, oh my goodness. Like, oh, she will just bring out a bandana you didn't even know she had in her back pocket, tie it. Mars in Aries will just be like, that's my girl. But Mars in Aries will be like, and I thought I was a savage. Stop it. Stop it. And Venus is pissed. Venus is pissed because no one's being authentic in relationships. Put yourself in her shoes. Venus is busting her ass, going around the zodiac, bad social situations, setting people up with the archangels, and then she's realizing no one's showing up. People are on their freaking phones. No one's actually like bringing themselves. So she's mad. Now, yeah, you may get the relationship, but it's not even about working to keep it. And it's not about getting the relationship. You're going to really connect with what you're supposed to connect with, but it's moving into Aries and it's wartime. It's having to change the frame like, okay, do you deserve this connection that you have? And you affirm that you do by on through the Aries lesson, walking into this identity. So once again, when Venus was in Aries, this was before the sun was in Aries, or even if it was there, it was before the sun was in a master degree of Aries. We didn't know or we didn't have an awareness of what we're doing with our power. Okay, we knew who we were with Aquarius season, but we didn't know what our power is, unlike now that we're using our power. It's very subtle, but we're stepping into our power now so that when Venus comes back into Aries, she's not only bitch slapping these archangels, but she's bitch slapping these archangels and now enforcing productive relationships that actually spark. Because what Venus noticed is that it's not that things didn't go wrong, even though people may not have been showing up. When things sparked, it would get suppressed worldwide. Things would spark between people and it would raise the vibration. So Jupiter is in Libra, like, don't even worry, Venus. Go do your thing in Aries. I'm going to protect so that it doesn't. Like, this is the chance. This is the chance. Venus is back in Pisces to let you know, don't play victim anymore. Like, don't have any fear. Everything that you've gone through was for now. Like, let's just pretend everything you've ever gone through was for now and everything was a simulation. So retrograde season is going to bring back stuff that you either sucked or passed, and now you're going to be in a position to take it to the next level. Some of you will be taking it to the next level. Others of you will be making up for that which you weren't able to. And this is the most fortunate part, because the purpose of this is to actually like open up the relationship constructs for the next generation. So some of us are lucky, like Venus and Jupiter are able to do that and kill two birds with one stone and get people who like first time to get it. This is rare, number one. And a ceremony like this is going to really highlight this with the energy you release first and foremost, okay? And this is important because when you miss a karmic arrangement, the energy has to cycle around again. And you can get another chance, but you're not, and the universe doesn't do catch up. You're not making up for work. You'll have to inevitably through karma, but you're really stunning yourself. This is different to where situations that you messed up, it's actually better that you went through the difficulty. You know, you had to so that you would know how much you need this partnership. There's a lot of you who've been trying to, a lot of you who want a relationship so bad or have been having issues, you may subconsciously not even realize it's because you want to be single. Like you're actually not trying to get in a partnership. Because for those people whose hearts are really open, they get the partnership, but then it's like fighting the suppression squad. Oh, it's the partner. So there's a lot of you who have subconscious blocks in your soul where consciously you're like, I want a partnership, I want a partnership. But in your heart, there's somewhere inside that's like, I'm either not worthy of the relationship I want, or it's like, I don't want to get hurt. Like, I can have this kind of relationship. This is why this is important, because it's not your mind that manifests love, it's your heart. So you can be desiring and feeling like you want one, but if your heart doesn't feel worthy, and if you're not talking to your heart, and if you're not expressing your vulnerability and courage to say what you love, separate those who think they want this versus those who really manifest this. Manifestation is always heart-based. Taurus is what squares Leo. So really keep in mind, regardless of if past loves come or new loves come, because this doesn't always have to bring back past people. This is going to bring back the lessons to where you can meet someone new, but if you have had an issue with cheating, don't think that it's going to magically go away. You're going to meet someone new who's going to help you, you know, actually connect, and you'll be tempted to cheat. But this is your chance to actually change who you are, because you're stepping into this with a new ego and consciousness. If you're somebody who let somebody cheat all over you and walk all over you, and then you attract someone new and you find they cheat on you too, you can learn from this retrograde season and draw the boundaries and actually let themselves know, like, hey, I don't do this. And are you going to connect with me, or are you going to lose a good thing? Subtle as that, or it could be something as mega huge. All right. So mega huge as far as being like, you literally meet the love of your life at Subway and you both realize you mirrored a whole lot of, you know, the Venus retrograde in 2000, you know, early 2000 lessons. Like, there's no limits to where this can go because this is in Pisces. So let's do this ritual. No fancy candles, no fancy chants. You know why we don't have to? Because Pisces energy does it for us already. If this energy was in Virgo, we'd have to work. Like, you'd see me dancing. If it was in Sagittarius, you'd see me with a kaftan, and I'll be like, but it's in Pisces. Why do you think, like, Pisces is just so chill? Like, it's not a big deal. So this is simple. Like, I don't want to sell on this a flashy aspect. I'm not even going to be here much longer. I'm going to pull some cards about how this Venus retrograde can spark for you, but take this with you. That's all you have to do. Just take it with you. I'm going to imbue, and we're all going to come together with a mindset and a belief and an understanding. And for some of you, it's going to be so simple. See, some of you, you need it to be complex. And spirituality fools you because spirituality is super simple. You have to understand, in order to walk past the gates of heaven, you have to be like a child. That means it has to be so simple, a child can get it. The reason why spirituality is so hard for some people to get is like relationships, spirituality, like people try and look so into things and read so into synchronicities and not trust their feelings, when all you have to do, if you want to master spirituality, all you have to do is listen. That's it. That's it. You don't have to figure shit out. You don't have to try and like come through this formula. You just literally have to listen. Like, that's it. So when I say, in order for you to call in your soulmate, all you have to do is just be loved. That's it. Some of you may be like, well, can you elaborate? Like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean be loved? Because the notion of just receiving love, Venus in Pisces on Chiron is just so blissed out. Like, they don't even need heroin because they're just so connected to the divine and they're just being loved. Like, and because they're so in a state of love, they're attractive and they look inviting. And this is literally receiving everything they need. Like, be loved. That's it. Goodbye. That's it. Be loved. And I'm going to supplement that, but in order to be loved, you have to understand, like, literally, look, there's some things you've gone through. No one's perfect. There's things you've gone through that you've probably made yourself feel like you're not cool enough to be loved, or like anything you're insecure about. It's like, at this point, dude, get over yourself. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, what is so bad that love can't love you? You might be looking at that individual who rejected you, but you weren't trying to connect with them. You were trying to connect with their heart. The person that you're looking for, it's love that your heart seeks, and it's illusions and a bit of our ego that can blind us and block love when it doesn't come from where we want to see it as. So this is literally like, this is why I'm saying most of you don't want a soulmate. Most of you just want a lover. Most of you want someone who's attractive and who can sex you up. And look, that's not bad. That's really not bad. Just stop saying you want a soulmate, because the universe will send you a soulmate, and that soulmate is going to like rip apart abilities that you're hiding, and they're either going to break your heart or they're going to make your heart. So really keep this in mind, because the purpose of a soulmate relationship is to connect on a deeper level in love. And a lot of this happens romantically because it's the best facilitator. but it's not what you think. And it's not necessarily like the end all be all. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of you think you're with a soulmate and you're not a soulmate. You're not with a soulmate. So once again, we are calling in your soulmate. But you know what? Let's up the ante, because I'm talking about a specific individual. We're calling in your soulmate, but I personally, sponsoring the energy of Gemini, I want to connect you to that personal partner. I want to connect you to that soulmate who channels your divine essence and soul quality perfectly, so that you can connect with them and create more. This with you. I'm not doing this for you. I want to do this with you, okay? And this is very important because wow, that's interesting. Yeah, this is very important because while we're connecting this, right, the soulmate is not a soulmate, an extraordinary connection with them. All right. I'm trying to word my stuff because the universe is very much so a duality. Like I'm wording this carefully. Like I'm trying to tell you that the soulmate is not just one person, but you're one person. So what you're going to manifest is one person. But I don't want you to think that that one person is your one all be all. Okay. We're talking about your soulmate. And you have to remember that your soul, you are not just your soul. Like, I really hate to be all disclaimer, but to manifest the one, okay? But I don't want you to see them as the one. Like, you have to be so into duality where it's like, you know you manifested your twin flame divine partner, but you don't call them that. You're walking the infinity, okay? So that's why I have to kind of double talk here, because I'm communicating things you cannot put into words, literally. So a lot of you, I would say 90% of you think you're with a soulmate. You're not. You're not with a soulmate. Soulmates are not people you have incredibly deep, profound emotional connections with. That is not a soulmate. Now, you may have an emotionally profound connection with the soulmate. That's usually going to happen because they are mating with your soul. But if you are basing it off of feelings, then that is not how to know who your soulmate is, because you're taking into account compatibility. That's basic compatibility. People have not mastered Cancer. So the whole notion of having great empathy and rapport with people is new. Having that rush of feelings like, oh my gosh, this person just gets me. Oh my gosh, we finished the same sentences together. That's not even love. Like that's just two people being psychic. So the spiritual expansion of energy, when you go to work and you connect with someone and your heart chakras expand and you start to feel loving feelings and you think, oh my God, I'm in love with that person. I need to leave my husband or my wife. And you think that was love? No, that was just two people who have great compatibility vibing. And that's why love needs so much responsibility. Vibing with someone does not mean you just sleep with them. That's why sex is sacred. Like, people get married because they vibed one night and then they learned how to maintain the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And love and marriage is not about that. You want to marry someone who you can vibe with, but it's not about that. Like, trust me when I say, some of you, your soulmate is someone that if you saw them across the street, you'd be like, ugh, fuck that loser. Like, ew. Like, and then if you got to meet them over time, you'd be like, oh my gosh, I do not like this person. Hell no. So this is why it's so hard to like talk about soulmates, because you are as unique as a snowflake. No one person is the same. So no one person's love story is the same. No one person is supposed to have the same like the whole notion. This is what Uranus and Libra people go crazy about. Like the whole notion that this is the way love is supposed to be, and this is the way relationships are supposed to be. That's not even true. Like there's no one way to, you cannot just be like monogamy is great. I'm monogamous. I'll always be monogamous, Venus and Taurus. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's an agreement I make with a partner, but I'm not monogamous because, oh, this is just how it is. I'm monogamous because this is a personal decision. Like everyone is having to break away from programming and make personal decisions. This is how you're going to call in your soulmate. Who are you? It's nothing that you haven't already done. So you're going to find that stuff you've been doing, the prayers you've been praying. Remember before I was saying Daniel was praying to God and an angel came later like, hey fam, like we answered your prayer instantly, but we literally had to fight demons. I don't know, you humans really think that we are just like vanquishing energies and the light just kills the darkness instantly. But newsflash, we go to war every day for you. We go to war every day, clearing energetic space, making sure you get the messages from the divine. And hey, guess what? The moment we don't clear that energetic space, the dark forces come again and fog it up. So guess what we have to do? We have to clear it again. And then we have to make sure the pipeline is there. And then we have to make sure these stupid demons, well, not demons, these stupid impurities don't get you out the way while clearing space. Like it is a warfare. Are you helping your spirit guides? And are you invoking energy? Some of you are on it. Some of you don't ask stuff from your spirit guides, like, get me this relationship. Some of you are like, all right, what energy are we going to clear now? Do you need me? What do you need me to do, Archangel? Huh? You need me to invoke energy? I got you. That's why you have to pray without ceasing, but we're in an immediate gratification culture. So you think that love and relationships is something that you're supposed to receive. Like you're supposed to receive love, but you think that this is something that's supposed to happen because it happens, but you think that it's something that's supposed to like come and be like, yay. No, this is conscious. Are you conscious or you sleep? Because if you're conscious, you're not going to just walk through life and expect things to happen. Someone who's conscious knows that things will happen because they're walking their path, but they're not out there like, oh my God, God, please send me my partner. Please send me my partner. And they're not out there control freaking and trying to let it happen anyway. They're walking their path and they're literally spending every single part of their frequency calling in this soulmate, because every single part of their actions is opening their heart. This is why the heart is Leo. You need strength. A lot of these people who are acting like they have heart strength, they don't. They don't. They get betrayed or they get misunderstood once, and then they start talking to other people. They don't know the first thing about love. They won't understand a partner. They don't understand people have dark sides too. So the first sign of difficulty in a relationship, oh, I can't take this. You don't respect me. And they walk away. These kids don't know about love for real. And Leo is the strength of heart, to where it doesn't matter what's actually happening. You're holding that love in your heart. You're not even just holding that love in your heart, but you're taking the power of what you're experiencing and you're making it real by expressing it through vulnerability. But this is where the pride comes in, to actually like be in a position to love through it and not just run when things go, nil. And this is where I say, like, a lot of people think that they can manifest. A lot of people think that they're witches and they're brujas, and they think that they're magicians, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. at all. Like, you don't ask questions. Like, the person who truly understands manifestation, first of all, you respect it so much that when you intend it, you've intended it. Like, praying without ceasing is affirmation work. It's not, please let this happen. It's, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna call in the soulmate. And you're not, after this, you better not be asking for where your soulmate is, because that's you. You're calling it in. The actions you make, the decision to actually go out and spread light, is opening room for you to call this person in. Not that you're focusing on other people just to focus on your partner. It's literally opening room in your reality to make the world and create it, instead of just waiting in your room. Not everyone is a Pisces who can just have they can just meditate, and then their soulmate will just be like, hey, I don't know how I even came here, but oh, hey, yeah, screw you, Pisces. I'm so jealous. But you know what I'm saying? This Pisces retrograde Venus motion is going to help you attract the energy so that you can live it. But intention is everything. This makes or breaks the initiates from the non-initiates. Instead of spending time worrying about what you want, just focus on it. You cannot, are you gonna fear that you're not calling this in? And trust me, I'm trying to be wary with my language, because I'm telling you to call in your soulmate, but I don't want this to be in the back of your head, like, is my soulmate here or not? Like, if you're not walking in the full confidence of knowing that once we open the door, we're opening the doors here, because Venus was retrograding back in Pisces, talking mad shit like, ooh, wait till I come back at Aries. Wait till I come back at Aries. Wait till I come back at Aries. Doors are closed. So there's so much connections in the etheric realms with people, which in the dream realm and the heaven realm, like, it's all love. So you're going to look at someone with just like intense love. You're not going to look at their race and be like, oh, I don't like how they dress. Oh, they smell bad. You're not even going to look at how they look at life, because you're just looking them in the eyes, and it's just all energy, right? So in the real world, when you connect with someone like that, you're just going to feel that dream realm connection. Your egos aren't a part of that. So your egos may not, that's why I say, like, your sun signs may get along, but that doesn't mean your moon signs get along. Or your moon signs can get along, but that doesn't mean your sun signs get along. Like, for example, like a Capricorn, like, I don't really get along well with a Capricorn, but if our moon signs get along, then it's like our souls are magnetically bound or attracted. So it's like the hearts are wanting to get together, but the minds are just like, oh, screw you. And it's just like, yeah, but this is very profound, because you dealing with a magic man. I'm not going to strut my stuff, but I don't want you to enter this the wrong way, because I'm going to open a karmic door for you. And this is going to expedite the process. And this is going to call in a soulmate for you. You have my word, a soulmate. If you want it to be the soulmate, Venus is in Pisces. If Venus was in Aries and we're doing this, I would say we're calling in the soulmate. But it's in Pisces, so we're calling in a soulmate. You can define whether it's the, a, several, you know what I'm saying? This is Pisces, do what you want, okay? But listen, you need to commit. I'm opening this door for you. You must walk with the full belief of knowing that as we call this vibration in, you are taking a portion of it and carrying it with you. So you're not going to meet this person. You're both going to be aware. I'm saying you're calling in your soulmate, but I'm going to align your energy and chakra to where your energies are connected on all levels. And some of you, you're quick. Once I do this, your soulmate isn't going to wait to see you. Your soulmate's going to start telepathically talking to you like, yeah, so are you done with that dumbass peace dealer broadcast yet? I see he aligned your energies. Can we meet now? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of you, you're going to see this person directly. When I did the Venus retrograde ritual, immediately that I ended, someone got a text from their partner. So be very careful, because a lot of you think you're with your soulmate and you're not. And if you're trying to attract relationships that are feelings based and purely heart based, then that's great. but you need to walk into this new season sure. I'm not trying to do that double talk where I'm like, if you want the heart and feeling stuff, cool, but you really want the soul. Like literally, some people you don't need that soulmate stuff. Some people that soulmate stuff will drive you crazy. You don't need that soulmate stuff. Some of you, you just need, I'm gonna be honest, some of you, you just need to get laid. Some of you just need to have some good sex so you can balance out that yin energy that's just been driving you crazy, and you'll be good. Some of you, you're already awakened and you just need to have sex. And the universe keeps sending you one night stands and you're like, I want to be in a profound relationship. And the universe is like, no, you just need some dick. Or no, you just need to get some coochie. And that will ground you. And you're just like, ah, zen. And you'll realize you don't, okay? Some of you actually need relationships and you keep trying to get one night stands. You keep trying to get one night stands. You keep trying to have sex. And it's like, no, you need to be in a grounded partnership. So you need to actually know this, all right? Like really be honest with yourself. How do you truly feel? If you feel both, that's okay, okay? That's okay. But if you're not honest, you're not just going to confuse you. You're going to confuse the person who is trying to connect with you. All right. So the door is opening now. I want you to focus. And it doesn't matter if you watch this well after. This will still apply. This is the magic of time. But I want you to focus on who you are and what is it that your heart desires. Take some time to focus on that right now. Who are you and what is it your heart desires? Who are you and what is it that your heart desires? And while you're focusing on this, so keep focusing on that, but while you're focusing on this, it's important for you to understand that like you're going to attract some very powerful connections with people that you feel the strongest. And that doesn't mean they're your soulmate. This is how some dark forces are going to get you. They're going to pull at your heartstrings. They're going to get your 8th house. They're going to get you obsessed with someone. True love does not play manipulation tactics. When you're with true love, it feels so peaceful. It's like you feel like you're with someone you always knew. Your heart's not like, it's just like, oh, hey, what's up? You don't even feel aroused. You can feel aroused and the potential is great, but some of you are with your soulmate, but because you don't feel all in your feelings for them, you don't think they're your soulmate. And then some of you are literally like so profoundly in your feelings over someone and you're calling them your soulmate. And that is not what makes someone your soulmate. Just because someone knows how to mind fuck you or get you in your feelings, it doesn't make them your soulmate. Because what a lot of you think is, oh, this person did this and they did that. And what your perception of what they're doing is completely different than what's actually happening. All right. Baby Orange said some Gemini males are so not loyal. Honey, it's not some. All of us ain't loyal. Okay. We could be honest, but if we're talking about like monogamy, no. Okay, let me just do the lowdown. Gemini men, Sagittarius men, Libra men, no. Like, don't ever expect them to not have sex with someone else. The reason why I'm loyal is because of my Venus in Taurus and because of my moon in Capricorn. I'm going to be 100% honest. Like, that's why I'm like, I will not cheat because of that. If I didn't have that, oh my gosh, I'd probably be an asshole. Let me just be real. Like Gemini doesn't even like that whole like, if Gemini could, we would marry you all. Like if Gemini could, we would marry you all. But thankfully, I have integrity. Thankfully, Capricorn has taught me that that is a childish way of thinking and that stability is valuable, and monogamy is valuable, and some of these kids just don't get it, but it is what it is. And Gemini women are not loyal. Do not get it twisted, because the women are just like the men. But if the women have faithful aspects, maybe they may have Scorpio. It's going to be the other stuff that makes them loyal. Trust. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like, these are not loyal energy. Aquarius is loyal, but it's like Aquarius will tell you they're talking to someone else. Do you feel me? Like, oh, and this is coming from a Gemini. Like, we don't care. We're not trying to hide it. We're not trying to hide it. Like, we're trying to convince you and get you to that life. All right. So it is what it is. Gemini women are loyal for the same reason why I'm a Gemini man and I'm loyal. But it's not because of the Gemini energy. Trust me. So keep on really, like, the whole point here is to tune your heart. You're generating energy in your heart. When you're imagining what is it that your heart desires, you're generating energy in your heart and you're anchoring it with who you are. Okay. For example, as a wind mage, the love that I want is so different than the love that I want as a lightning sage. Similar, but now I have to reevaluate. Like, oh, I'm a lightning sage now. I don't have to do incantations to affect change. Now I can use my mind for instantaneous transformation. I think I need to change the way I love. Do you get me? So what is it you desire? Because, and I hate to interrupt, Johnny said, marriage is when two people are having sex. People don't want to accept that. That's why Saturn and Scorpio was like, you guys gonna need to have some sexual integrity and be careful about who you have sex with. Saturn isn't pleased. Saturn sees all these people having sex with each other, and it's like, ugh, do these people not know they're adding contractual agreements to people? Like, I'm nice with mine. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, the last time I had sex, I started to respect that. Like, the last time I had sex, I didn't start to respect sex, but the last time I had sex, I really started to understand how this works. AYB said Taurus are real life escorts. He's not joking. He's not joking. The last person I had sex with was a Taurus. And trust me when I say, like, the way I met her, we were reading each other's charts. But the reason why this really made me respect sex, I'm not trying to kiss and tell or anything. The reason why this made me respect sex is because we had a double North Node conjunction in the 12th house. And we weren't just having, like, on the surface, we were having sex, but we were clearing ourselves of mad karma. So there's so much that happens in a sexual act that makes it very important. If I didn't know I was reading, if I couldn't read charts, I would have never known. Like, after that, I was like, nah, I'm not just gonna, like, I didn't regret having the sex. Like, there was a reason. It was karmic. There was a double node reception. Like, everything about that, like, was meant to happen. Like, that had happened, right? But, you know, my sex life has always been dry. I usually rarely have sex, and I'm not really going to be that much eager to look for sex anymore anyway, because that karmic shit is real. And when you have sex with someone, then if someone does black magic to that person and they're like in another state, you're gonna feel it because you've yoked your karma with them. Worry not, because within 3 lunar cycles, you can clear it. If you're a high priestess or if you do limpias, this is what cleansings do. But how many people cleanse their energies? How many people cleanse their energies like they wash? How many people every day do a sun bath and channel the light energy and clear? They don't. Even me. Look at me preaching. Like, I don't remember last time I had Olympia. Well, I remember yesterday. But still, this is why you have to just constantly be doing spiritual things every day to make it a part of your lifestyle. 12th house, 6th house. So let me answer this question for you. This is what you want, because the biggest lie is that spirituality, you know, what's been happening is to make people wake up, super spiritual people get paired with super worldly people. People who are very materialistic, they're going to attract spiritual people so that they can teach them, you know what I'm saying, how to awaken. And then the worldly people will teach the spiritual people how to ground and not be so like in the clouds. But the mistake is that, okay, maybe I can't incorporate spirituality into relationships and I have to dumb it down. Don't believe the hype, people. The reason why relationships fail is because there ain't no spirituality in it. And that's it. If you put spirituality in a relationship, it's going to work. This is what you need to tell Venus. This is what the ceremony is. You're going to call Venus right now, and you're going to tell Venus, hey, this is what I want in my love life. Okay? You're not telling her because you want her to do it. You're telling her because as you're telling her, you're consciously aligning your mind with what you want. It's that simple. It's that simple. And then you take what you said and you carry it forward with you. You never doubt it. You never doubt it. And even though energies will change to change your perception, you never doubt that the conscious intent that you set, you never doubt you're going to walk into it. That simple. That's how much self-sabotage we do. That's how much self-sabotage we do. In that sense, it's going to be quick for you because you've already done a lot of this work. All we're having to do with the healing Chiron is to just undo a lot of the sabotage that you kind of done and then they have done and then we've all done together. Because it's not always just you, but we all have our part in this. So spirituality is not being incorporated into relationships. And then people have the nerve to ask the universe why it's not working. Seriously. Do you know what you need to ask for? Calling your soulmate, not your soulmate, calling someone who prays with you. That's it. That's it. I feel like we have to just go through small, maybe it's too much. We just have to go through the simple. If you can manifest someone who prays with you, your relationship will last forever. I swear, like really prays. Like that's how you make or break. Like, can you pray with that person? Can you set intentions with that person? Even if they're not religious, set intentions with that person because psychic attack is real. And if you're not doing any kind of spirituality in your relationship, especially in this new age where like young wizards, people are coming into this young, so they'll want someone to do a little love spell. If you're not praying, if that person is not willing to incorporate spirituality with you, you need to move on because it's not, people have thought this is a luxury. It's not a luxury. Like you need spirituality in a relationship as much as your lifestyle needs a 12th house. Like if you don't have spiritual, it's not something you do just to look fancy. Like if you're not praying with your partner, your relationship is not worth crap. And your connection is going to fade because you need to establish every single day the connection. You don't just fall in love and then, yay, we're always going to be in love. Every day through devotion. Most of the time, you're not going to feel like doing it. You're going to wake up at like 5 in the morning like, oh, this chick. I'm waking up to this chick. And even then, when you don't want to do it, you still have to be devoted. You still have to be devoted. And same as the woman to the man, like she still has to be devoted to getting up with your ass in the morning. And like actually, even when you just had the worst argument with your partner and you're just like, I don't even really like you, you still have to have the discipline and fortitude to connect with your partner and pray with that person. The partner that you can pray with, even when you hate that person, that's your soulmate. That is your soulmate. That is who we're calling in. And all you have to do to call this in is be loved. I now let you know one key sign of knowing if someone, so now if you want to know if someone is your soulmate or not, then it's not if you feel like, it's not if they make you feel in ways no one else has ever felt. That's compatibility. You're always going to come into connections like that with people. But can you connect with their soul? You don't want to? It's very functional. How real is this relationship? That's what makes it rare. A lot of people don't have that patience, and that's why relationships don't work. That's why most people have no business being in relationships. That's why people just jump in to relationships out of passion, and then when they really get tested, so be loved. Be loved. Venus and Pisces is all about receptivity. When it goes into Aries and you're defining with your heart who you are and what your power of the love is, you still must be loved. You need to feel okay to be loved. You literally need to feel okay, all parts of you, not just the beautiful parts that you make up so that you can get some attention and appreciation, but you also, those skeletons deep inside that you thought you didn't have to resolve, that you don't know are blocking your love because you thought you can sweep it under the rug, but now it's in your energy. Even that has to be loved. Even that insecure ass part of yourself that you won't get over until you, and I'm not going to give you that whole self-love bull crap, until you can let that be loved by life, until you can let that be accepted. How can love come into your life when you're closing it off? And some of you, you can't rush this. Some of you really need to take this day by day. Stop rushing spirituality. Like I'm impatient for a different reason. These pesky archangels think they slick, study manifestation. My Mars and Aries is in the 12th. Like I actually know why I'm impatient. But some of you are just impatient and you can't rush spirituality. Like you literally have to day by day. This is why I said this is not a one-time ceremony. You're taking this energy and you're carrying it with you. And so focus on the divine nature of your heart, and now agree now with me that you are willing to be loved. You agreeing to be loved is opening the door to your heart chakra so that now this soulmate can come in. Some of you, your soulmates have been waiting, like, oh my God. And it's talking to your mind like, dude, open your heart. And your mind is like, yeah, I want you to. Open up, open up. And it's not opening. So some of you, just because you want it doesn't mean it's open. Like some of you have to do the hard work and go and really resolve unresolved demons. And you do that by remembering you don't do it on your own. You be loved and you open the door. You don't worry about being too vulnerable. You don't worry about being too vulnerable. You don't worry about getting hurt. You just be loved. And it's I hate to use faith. It's the knowledge of knowing that you're co-creating this with what you're seeking that is seeking you just as much that's going to attract this. Every single thought and feeling. It's really simple. We just make this very hard. And if you knew that, you wouldn't be waiting for this person. All right. I mean, some of you are in the position to wait, and that's great. I'm just saying, if you knew that, then you would, it should fill you with joy. Like right now, like you should be filled with joy right now. If you really if you really believe that the ceremony is happening, like I'm purposely making this look simple. I'm not lighting any sage. I'm not telling you to chant. I'm just telling you be loved. Like some of you are going to get it. Some of you are going to think like, well, don't we need to do a little bit more? Are you sure I don't have to pray? No. Be loved. Just be loved and carry that with you so that your door is open, so that even when you feel insecure, your heart is still open and you're open to receiving love and giving love. You're not judging and you're only focused on connecting with people. All right? Your goal and mission is to be with someone who you can pray with. Let's integrate spirituality back in relationships. Oh, Venus and Pisces, as you go direct, open the hearts of everybody. I'm going to now feel this. I want you to focus on this crystal ball and focus your intentions to this. And we're all going to multiply exponentially this as we focusing on this, and also this organite pyramid for quote unquote twin flames. This is going to actually hyper accelerate and do it because of your focus. And damn, I'm starting to feel energy get heavy, but I hope that makes sense. And it's not because of the physical heaviness of this. Like I started to feel the density, but yeah, I hope this makes sense. You're not the only one focusing on this, and now this is picking up that frequency, even though physically you're nowhere near here. Non-locality in action, my friends. So focus on this. And this is the beauty of, like, don't think that you have to imagine what your love is. Just focus. You don't have to program this. You don't have to, like, feel like you're doing anything, you know. There's way much more to life than just you. And we're kind of at the bottom rung. We're at the lower dimensions. So stop trying too hard and just be. Okay. Focus, focus, focus. This is labradorite, and this is organite, and with some quartz and some other shavings. Alrighty. Alrighty, so there we go. As of now, your soulmate and you are co-creating you coming back. This direct motion is going to hyper accelerate this, and this ritual helped to do so. So it's not because I held this in my hands that it happened. I am just a vessel that facilitated this. It's you. You're going to carry this energy, and you're walking forward knowing that you're calling in the soulmate experience. So you're not calling in the person, you're calling in and manifesting the experience. You can't manifest love, like you're manifesting a relationship. All right, so let's pull the cards finally to supplement per sign what each energy will manifest instantly. And yes, there was a copper wire coiled in the pyramid. All right. All right, Aries. We have the Empress. So this is actually harvesting this divine feminine for you. In fact, I'm sorry, I didn't want to really sugarcoat it. This is manifesting your soulmate for you now. Yeah, that's not exactly what the card means, but for you, Aries, yeah. So where's Aries in your chart? Aries is in my 11th house, 12th house. So I know if I go out, it's probably going to come through my friends. You want to look at that way. Taurus, the card we have for you is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is speaking on you having to sacrifice or break up. If you can't sacrifice, it's going to lead to a betrayal. If you can sacrifice, it's going to really, and I'm getting Taurus, you're having to let go of certain things. Here's an example. You may be in love with bacon. Bacon may be like the greatest thing in existence for you, but the soulmate you're attracting might be fully vegan. And she doesn't really judge you, but you know that you have to sacrifice your relationship with bacon so that you can be with this vegan. And it's going to hurt your heart. Taurus, is going to hurt you a lot. Substitute bacon for whatever it is. This is going to hurt. You're better than me, because there ain't no way. If it was me, I'd be like, well, sorry, soulmate. I'm just going to have to reincarnate because I ain't letting go of the bacon. But I'm stubborn. You, Taurus, I know it's not going to be easy, but just sacrifice, okay? Gemini, for you, the card we have is the Eight of Wands. Gemini, things are going to move at an extraordinarily fast pace. And this is what's going to happen for you. This is like you've been pressing, let's just pretend there was a manifestation button. And then you press it and then things manifest. Well, for you, Gemini, it's almost as if like you were just like, come on, it's not manifesting. Like you press the manifestation button and you're like, what the hell? And you waited and you're like, what the hell? And you're like, and you're like, what the hell is going on? I'm being blocked. and then everything's just gonna be like, oh no, I'm sorry. And yeah, so good luck with that, Gemini, because things are just gonna move like lightning speed. Cancer, for you, we have the 5 of Wands. And Cancer, you're gonna have people throwing bows over you. So good luck, because this could be very petty. This could be this is good and bad. Like, people are gonna be fighting over you. All right, Cancer. Good stuff, Rogue Viewer. Good stuff, Rogue Viewer. Lend me your energy, people. Good stuff, Rogue Viewer. I'm gonna be building energy through this ball. So okay. So for those of you sending energy, I'm gonna be channeling it in this ball, and you'll see what I do with it after. I'm gonna start doing this in future broadcasts. So whoever said I'm making a spirit guide, God bless you, because that was genius. Cancer, people are gonna be fighting over you, and it's not gonna be pretty. Like, there's gonna be so many people who want to get with you, and they're gonna realize that it's a competition, and they're gonna be petty. They're gonna be saying nasty stuff about other people or about you, so that other people don't get with you, and so that they can get with you. So you're gonna be flattered, because they're like, oh, look at all these people competing over me. But it's gonna be like, damn, they're competing over me. Crap. All right, Leo. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is the shift of the North Node into your sign. And you have to understand, love is the law. So Leo, it's your season. Like, oh my God. Like, everything your heart loves is just gonna manifest. Like, and you're just gonna be like, I love you. You're gonna be in a musical. You're gonna be in a musical. And it's gonna be a little bit weird, because I'm a very closed off Ebenezer kind of Scrooge guy. So life is gonna turn into a musical, and it's just gonna be like, but you're gonna love it. Virgo, we have the Queen of Cups. And this is you really understanding at a deep and profound level the depth at which your heart is capable of diving. And you're really going to get help from somebody, if not yourself, who's going to give you a deeper understanding of what you're already aware of. And it's going to be very powerful, because, you know, for some of you, this could be an actual woman who connects with you on a profound level. And whether you are a woman too, and she's going to really, you know, bring out your psychic senses, so that you already have it, but you'll know how to be aware of it. Or not know how, but you may be the one who helps her. Libra. Ooh, what an interesting opposition. But the card we have for you is the 5 of Pentacles. So I see this as feeling like you don't belong and alienated. The 5 of Pentacles is a poverty card, but it's not talking about financial poverty. It's talking about you may feel alienated during this time, because you're going to be standing up for the way love should be, regardless of context. And maybe you thought that people in the light of truth would get it, and you're gonna realize they don't care. They don't give a damn if it's right. People just want what they want, and you're not gonna compromise, so you're gonna feel alienated. It's not like the Hermit card where you're just like on your own. It's totally temporary, and it's a good thing. It's kind of the thing where it's like you're not compromising, so that's why it is. But you know, it's real out here. It's real in the field. It's not happily ever after for everybody. So this is just the beginning stages. Don't worry, Venus will be back in Libra like in 6 months from now, and things will turn around way before then. But yeah, just keep on strong, because this is also saying you're going to connect with someone who's in the same boat. So don't necessarily look at them different because they're marrying you. Scorpio, we have the Two of Wands. And you are definitely in a position to see eye to eye with someone. This Venus direct is going to pair you with someone who's your fan and partner. Like they align with your goals and they motivate you to actually be better. And this is going to be really powerful and really great because you're going to finally feel like you can get into motion a lot of what you've been planning. Like this was the missing piece of the puzzle. Sagittarius, we have the Three of Pentacles for you, which is speaking of in a position to, oh my God, really being in a position to get the Wonder Team together. The Three of Pentacles for you, if you follow the Divine RPG, Sagittarius, I said that you're having to recruit people to break out the matrix and ascend. So your soulmate is going to be a partner who helps you ascend, like an assistant. Let's say you were the captain, you're going to attract the sidekick that you need to ascend. And the lesson here is teamwork. You're both going to really learn what teamwork is necessary and what team you need to gather to do so. This is really badass. Like this is what a lot of you have been wanting for a long ass time. And Saturn, you've got to thank Saturn because Saturn is what's making this possible. I'm still building the spirit ball energy, by the way. As I'm talking, it's circulating it. I'm letting it flow there. Shout out to Rogue Viewer One. Yeah. Let's see. Capricorn. Not surprisingly, we have the World. So this is going to really serve you in on a lot of completion. Influences and elements from people and situations that complete and make you feel whole are all going to come together. For some of you, this may come in a relationship with someone who really completes you at a soul level. For others of you, this is you meeting that friend, you getting that job, and then you also finding that food that all just completes missing elements of your life. And this is going to really close out this closing period for you. Not closing period, but you're graduating. More ascension, really. Aquarius. Aquarius, we have the Two of Cups. So look, this is a spiritual marriage. You, more than any other sign, you're actually going to call in this soulmate and you're going to connect with them on a heart level. And this is where no matter what has happened before the retrograde, you're walking out the retrograde with someone who respects your heart and they feel for you like you feel for them. So good job, Aquarius. I'm totally jealous. We're all jealous of you now. You got the love card that we probably were all hoping we'd get. And Pisces. I mean, Capricorn got the World, so they got a cool card too. Pisces, we have the Temperance card. The Temperance card, of course, which is urging you to have moderation. Wow. Nice. Which is urging you to have moderation, as well as also, listen here, Pisces. Don't get all excited about your time traveling abilities and just start going back in time and trolling motherfuckers. Because you guys do that. You will go back in time and you will troll people, and then you'll go back into the future and you'll be like, you'll say 1, 2, 3, and they'll be like, how did you know that? Even though you went back in time thinking you slick. Or you'll go in the future and then come back in time real quick. Okay, because this Venus retrograde is in your sign, and you're just going to get so much buku juju power, and it's just going to be like, you have so much you can do with love. Really, like you're going to have control over the lifestyle of the person, and you can like bring it to you, okay? Don't do this foo-foo shit, Pisces, because some of you are just going to be mischievous, and you're just going to be like, oh my gosh, like I know so much about your life, but you just like did a reading and you basically like went back and forth in time, which is so not fair, and it's so magical, and it's like, okay, You're not slick. But I'm enough frying you because I'm jealous. It is what it is. The final card that I have is the Ten of Cups, y'all. Happily ever after more than exists. It's your natural birthright. This is not something you get. It's the natural conclusion of your heart. It's all a mindset. And only you can stop yourself from stepping into these gates. Each and every single one of you here is headed towards blissful and perfect love. And no amount of doubt or suppression can stop this. So, that being said, I don't have any flashy Dragon Ball Z music, so unfortunately, I'm with my boring Taurus rising. I'm just going to give it to you this way. Okay, I hope no one saw that shit, but it is what it is. Yes, and this is the mechanics and science behind magic. So I just did an action, but the 9th house is a doorway and a portal through Sagittarius. So you believing it is not passive, it's active. It's all part of magic. You believing it is you receiving it, and you receiving it is it achieving it, and you achieving it is peace. So yeah, y'all. Woo. All that energy that I sent to you was energy you sent to me. So this was all like a mega blast that we all pulled in together with a seesaw effect. And yeah, yo, once I end this broadcast, you need to understand, like, you've called in your soulmate. So you really want to spend time contemplating what that means for you. Are you going to walk forward making room for your soulmate? Like, you should be saying, okay, if my soulmate came in my house right now, would they feel comfortable? Would I feel comfortable? Instead of thinking, am I going to get a soulmate? Trust that they call me Magic Mike for a reason. And until next time,